The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. Blessed are the hearts that can bend, they shall never be broken. A man's work is nothing but this slow trek to rediscover, through the detours of art, those 2 or 3 great and simple images in whose presence his heart first opened. Nothing is more despicable than respect based on fear. You cannot create experience. You must undergo it. Integrity has no need of rules. Freedom is nothing but a chance to be better. Friendship often ends in love, but love in friendship, never. But what is happiness except the simple harmony between a man and the life he leads? The need to be right is the sign of a vulgar mind. I know of only one duty, and that is to love. Without work, all life goes rotten. But when work is soulless, life stifles and dies. A guilty conscience needs to confess. A work of art is a confession. Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he is. The only real progress lies in learning to be wrong all alone. By definition, a government has no conscience. Sometimes it has a policy, but nothing more. I would rather live my life as if there is a God and die to find out there isn't, than live as if there isn't and to die to find out that there is. A man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. In the depth of winter I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer. Nobody realizes that some people expend tremendous energy merely to be normal. Those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. The welfare of the people in particular has always been the alibi of tyrants. The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. A free press can, of course, be good or bad, but, most certainly without freedom, the press will never be anything but bad. Basically, at the very bottom of life, which seduces us all, there is only absurdity, and more absurdity. And maybe that's what gives us our joy for living, because the only thing that can defeat absurdity is lucidity. Every act of rebellion expresses a nostalgia for innocence and an appeal to the essence of being. It is necessary to fall in love, if only to provide an alibi for all the random despair you are going to feel anyway. He who despairs of the human condition is a coward, but he who has hope for it is a fool. Some people talk in their sleep. Lecturers talk while other people sleep. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. The world is never quiet, even its silence eternally resounds with the same notes, in vibrations which escape our ears. As for those that we perceive, they carry sounds to us, occasionally a chord, never a melody. The modern mind is in complete disarray. Knowledge has stretched itself to the point where neither the world nor our intelligence can find any foothold. It is a fact that we are suffering from nihilism. Ah, mon cher, for anyone who is alone, without God and without a master, the weight of days is dreadful. There is no fate that cannot be surmounted by scorn. There is the good and the bad, the great and the low, the just and the unjust. I swear to you that all that will never change. Every revolutionary ends up either by becoming an oppressor or a heretic. Stupidity has a knack of getting its way. It is a kind of spiritual snobbery that makes people think they can be happy without money. Don't wait for the last judgment, it takes place every day. Without freedom, no art. Art lives only on the restraints it imposes on itself, and dies of all others. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Men must live and create. live to the point of tears. Without culture, and the relative freedom it implies, society, even when perfect, is but a jungle. This is why any authentic creation is a gift to the future. Beauty is unbearable, drives us to despair, offering us for a minute the glimpse of an eternity that we should like to stretch out over the whole of time. To be happy we must not be too concerned with others. Real generosity toward the future lies in giving all to the present. Alas, after a certain age every man is responsible for his face. The evil that is in the world almost always comes of ignorance, and good intentions may do as much harm as malevolence if they lack understanding. The gods had condemned Sisyphus to ceaselessly rolling a rock to the top of a mountain, whence the stone would fall back of its own weight. They had thought with some reason that there is no more dreadful punishment than futile and hopeless labor. All great deeds and all great thoughts have a ridiculous beginning. Great works are often born on a street corner or in a restaurant's revolving door. There is no love of life without despair of life. The absurd is the essential concept and the first truth. We always deceive ourselves twice about the people we love, first to their advantage, then to their disadvantage. It is not your paintings I like, it is your painting. Your successes and happiness are forgiven you only if you generously consent to share them. To know oneself, one should assert oneself. No cause justifies the deaths of innocent people. There is in me an anarchy and frightful disorder. Creating makes me die 1,000 deaths, because it means making order, and my entire being rebels against order. But without it I would die, scattered to the winds. Truth is mysterious, elusive, always to be conquered. Liberty is dangerous, as hard to live with as it is elating. We must march toward these two goals, painfully but resolutely, certain in advance of our failings on so long a road.